Raven Rock State Park was established in 1969 and has grown to 4,800 acres. The park's namesake, Raven Rock, rises 150 feet from the river and is over a mile long. It is an important landmark for river pilots traveling through the Cape Fear River. So when you come into the park, you had this little split off here. And if you want to go on the Raven Rock Loop Trail, you want to go to the right, to the parking lot that's over here, and park over there. And that's why you should park for the Raven Rock Loop Trail. If you want to go to the visitor center, in the visitor center you go straight ahead. There's another parking lot down there where the main visitor center is. We're here on a Saturday, about right now it's about almost 1 o'clock, and you can see that this parking lot is completely full. When we first got here at 9:30, there was a few parking spots left. So it is pretty popular. You do have the ranger patrolling to make sure people are not parking in the wrong places. Well, it's about 1 o'clock and a little after 1, and the second parking lot is also completely full by the visitor center. So if you come here at this time, you're going to have a hard time finding parking. So this park on a Saturday is pretty popular. So you got to come early. So today is what, May 16th? Yes. And it's a Saturday, and it's going to get really hot later, close to 90 degrees. So we decided to come out a little early to go to Raven Rock State Park in Lillington, North Carolina. Since we can't go very far to go visit national parks, that's what we're doing now, is we're visiting state parks. The Raven Rock Loop Trail has these orange circles as the marker, so that if you see the orange circles, you know that you're on the right trail. And it's quite rooty here, and we're descending down into the river. Well, the last real trip that we took was to see a concert in Atlanta. That was the last time that we took anything like an overnight trip. Eagles is my favorite band. I'm wearing that shirt today. And that's the shirt we got at the concert. And it was a great concert. And this was in the beginning of February, before the world has changed because of this pandemic. But since then, we have been pretty much locked down. Didn't go anywhere. And after the North Carolina state decided to open up the state parks, we decided to go explore the state parks near us. The branch over to Raven Rock is pretty steep. You can see here going down. I'm going to go to see what's down there. Lots of steps going down. This must be the Raven Rock. We're down here at the bottom of it, and you can tell there's an outcropping of a rock. We have this tree over here that is right next to this cliff, and you can see from the roots, it is extending the roots out to hold on to the soil. And as you pan up, you see the tree with the leaves are right next to the cliff. So what do you think about our Saturday state park adventure so far? 2 parks, right? This is the second park.
Yeah, it's very nice. Especially since it's not very crowded right now. It's very nice.
And it's before it gets hot.
Yeah, well, it's starting to get warm already because there's no air circulation.
Yeah, there's no wind, right?
Yeah.
But this is pretty nice. The next big rock next to a Cape Fear River over here. And this is the park's namesake. Okay, we're getting ready to go head back up, and starts lots of stairs, and we're going to count how many stairs there are, and we're going to start here, and we're going to count, and we'll see you up at the top. Okay, we're about 110 right now, not quite finished yet. Okay, that was 147 steps from bottom to the top. Not too bad. Now we're going over to the Overlook, where we can look from the top down. I want you to talk about what we had for breakfast this morning. For this morning, in order to fuel up for the trip, we had pancakes. Now, wait, hold on, okay. Now, in terms of pancakes, these are pancakes that you made last week. We froze them, but it was off of a recipe that you had to make fluffy pancakes, right? Can you describe that?
Oh, it was a nice recipe that I got off the internet that made them really thick and fluffy. And it's all on how you whip the eggs. The egg whites, it has to be whipped separately. But it was delicious. Not only that, they freeze well. So
what did you do to defrost and toast them to make it really good?
I just microwaved it a little bit. Just
how long?
30 seconds, only because I wanted to. They were stuck together. And then, I mean, I probably could have pried them apart and put them in the toaster. Put it on with frozen setting and just
in the toaster, right?
In the toaster, yeah.
Okay, now let's talk about the jam that we put on the thing. Can you talk about how we made the jam?
Last week we went strawberry picking. And, well, I didn't go strawberry picking. You went strawberry picking. I stayed in the car, talked to my friend on the phone. But we put some strawberries and sugar and a little bit lemon juice into the bread maker and made jam. You didn't have to watch it. It didn't boil over and things like that. So it was a nice jam that was nice and syrupy, good for putting on pancakes. Yeah,
that jam was probably a little bit too syrupy for spreading on bread, but it's perfect for putting on pancakes.
Yeah, it was nice.
Just the right.
Just like syrup.
Just the right consistency and just the right sweetness. And it was fantastic. So we had that this morning, and sprinkle some blueberry and an occasional blackberry. Was it blackberry or raspberry?
I had blackberries, strawberries, and blueberries.
Yes.
So we ate that, and
that was good for carbs to go for a hike, right?
And we got in the car, and here we are hiking.
Yeah.
It's nice. It is starting to get warm though.
It's about what, 10 o'clock?
It's 10:30 now.
10:40, yeah.
10:40, and it is starting to get hot and humid.
Yep.
But the good thing is we're in the shade.
We're at the Overlook on top of the rock, I think, looking down on the Cape Fear River. Beautiful hike in the Raven Rock Loop Trail. This is the namesake for the park. And it's beautiful out here. Not that many people on a Saturday. And just kind of a nice walk through the woods and into the beautiful overlook up here. And we went down there in the bottom of the river on the rock looking up before. And that was kind of a beautiful place also, very nice and serene. The Fishtrap Trail is half a mile one way, so it's about a mile round trip down to the river, and you have these blue triangles that marks the trail. So if you stay in the blue triangles, you should be fine on this trail. Actually, it's almost impossible to get lost because there's only one way. So at the tail end of Fishtrap Trail, you have this nice little bench here that you can sit and just admire the scenery. With this big rock up here that you can get up there and just look at the scenery over here. Lots of people enjoying themselves out here at the end of the Fishtrap Trail by the Cape Fear River, where there's a little bit of a rapid going, and people are out dipping their toes in the water, picnicking on the rock with dogs and pets here. All very beautiful day, perfect for something like this today. It's just a beautiful sight. So we've been to a lot of national parks, and different national parks attract different kinds of people. In this state park, most of the people here are pretty much hikers and or family. A lot of them with dogs. This is a very dog-friendly park. Now, I'm thinking about what's going to happen this summer at the national parks as they reopen. And I think a lot of people have been cooped up will want to go to these parks. So I think there's going to be a lot of people visiting these parks, but I think the crowds will be different. In places like Yellowstone and Grand Canyon, you're not going to see any international tourists because they can't get here. So all those places where you have big buses that comes to a particular site and then just disgorge 50 people all at once, everybody gets crowded and trying to take pictures and then go back on the bus and go to the next stop without really spending more than about 10-15 minutes at each location. I think those kind of people are gone this summer because a lot of them are international tourists coming in. But I do think that the people who really want to spend time outdoors, going hiking and stuff like that, and families, I think those are the people that are going to go to some of these parks. So in a way, I think it's wonderful that we get back to more of the people that enjoy nature. And I keep calling these other people theme park crowd. And I don't think we're going to get as much theme park crowd this summer.
I don't think so.
Yeah. But you got places like Grand Canyon and Yosemite and Yellowstone. Those are the places that attract a lot of bus tours. But then you get other places, some of the national parks, like Big Bend, for example. They really do just attract people who want to go hiking and camping and so on. So depending on what you're looking for, different national parks give you different things. All right, we're back from the Fishtrap Trail. Now we made a right turn to go to the Northington Ferry Trail, which is marked by these orange triangles on the trees for the trail. So just follow the orange triangle, you'll be fine. Again, it's a nice walk in the woods. I imagine because it's called Northington Ferry, is that we're going to go down by the river again. Listen to the wonderful birds chirping. It's so quiet here. Not many people are on this trail, the Northington Ferry Trail. View of the Cape Fear River from the Northington Ferry Trail at the end of it. Nice and tranquil over here. All right. It's a beautiful day here in North Carolina, Saturday, and we decided to get up a little early, and we made it here to Raven Rock State Park around 9:30. And the parking lot was, about 3/4 full already. And we've been doing a little hiking. Went around the Raven Rock Loop Trail, and then came down to the Fishtrap Trail, down to the river again. And now we're at the end of the Northington Ferry Trail. These are 3 nice trails over here in Raven Rock State Park. The namesake is Raven Rock, which we saw from the bottom and from the top, and that was beautiful. And we saw some rapids with people out there enjoying the water by the end of the Fishtrap Trail. And this trail right here, the Northington Ferry Trail, you come down to the end and you see a little creek that meets the Cape Fear River. And there really isn't a lot to look at, but the trail is really, really pleasant. And because I guess it doesn't really lead to anywhere special, it is very, very quiet. There's hardly anybody here. I think we went through the whole trail down here without really seeing anybody. And it's a nice, serene, peaceful trail, about a mile down and a mile back, and it's beautiful. We are on our way to visit all the national parks in the United States. Follow along by hitting the subscribe button below. Hit the notification bell so you know when a new video is released. Give it a thumbs up if you like this video, and please share it with everybody that you know.